Good morning, everybody. It is Monday, November 6th, and I wanted to, I've really thought about over the weekend starting to make a channel about our favorite busted soap. So I want to get into what I saw for the previews for this week. We do see that Bill demoed the building, and he thought that with a text message from Justin that everybody got out after he left that jilt of whatever it's called. Okay, so then we see that Liam stops and Sally stops as well, wanting to know what's going on. Why is he stopped? He says he can't leave the building. He can't he can't just stop what he's doing because, okay, so Justin sends a text message thinking, well, sends a text message to Bill saying that everybody is out, it's okay, go ahead, do the demo, and then Justin sends him a text message saying that I don't see anybody, stop it. Well, as Bill has the detonator in his hand to demo the building, you see Steffi coming through the door. But what would have really made it a plot twist is if Steffi was going into the Sally Spectra building as they were coming out, and it's an all clear, and you know, Liam, you know, phones Steffi that, you know, I'm safe, I'm good, and nobody, you know, Steffi doesn't pick up because she was in the building. That would have made for a great plot twist. Not this crap of Liam and Sally going back into the building that's going to be blown up. So, I mean, you know, it makes no sense at all for them to go back in there other than Belle's whole, I can write better than you can. I mean, don't you think that it would have been a whole lot better if Steffi was going into the building as everybody was going out and nobody was expecting Steffi to be there? But no. So, back to what actually happened was that, you know, Sally and Liam went back into the building. Justin said that, you know, I don't see them. And it was too late. Bill had already got his hands on the detonator. Steffi's watching on, and then after he pushes the button, you see that the whole place goes up in smoke, goes up in rubble, and then Bill looks down at his phone and sees the text message, and he's like, no! And so from what we see on the previews for this upcoming week, is that Bill and Steffi are going to go in looking for Liam and Sally, because now Bill is his worst nightmare has come true, and now we've got to just figure out, you know, how they're going to get them out. And then it cuts to you seeing Liam and Sally in the rubble, and then Sally saying, if we don't make it out of this, I love you. Right here, this very conversation that is on my TV was Steffi telling her husband, that she didn't like the fact that Sally had a picture of Liam up and that he's been feeding into all these feelings for her. And so, you know, he's like, no, my love, I love you. And now you see that Sally is now clarifying, now stating that she loves him. And she leans in. I've watched it in slow-mo. I've done everything I know to do to try to figure out what I see and what, you know, what I can kind of predict, because this soap has become redundant, it's become busted, and it's become boring. In my opinion, that's exactly what I call this soap. If I'm ever on Twitter, and if I'm ever on any kind of social media, I always use the hashtag boring and busted, or bored and busted, because I think this is exactly what's going on. So you have these two who have been married not even half a year. Oh, maybe half a year. They haven't even been married a year. And so now that you've got Sally thrown into the mix, and Liam's like, I love you, my love. You are, you know, I'm married to you. I love you. And, man, it's just become a big, big mess. Bootleg Sally is falling for the guy again who has the money. And let's go back to everything that she has said about Liam. She said about Thomas. I mean, what? It's redundant, it's boring, and it's busted. So, I think this week, you know, they get in there, they get them out, they do what they need to do to ensure that, you know, they're okay. And so, as far as I can remember, Steffi, Steffi questions where, you know, Liam lays between them. You know, I wonder just, and from past experiences with the soap opera, people sneak off when they have done something, or if they've hit the hay with the other person, or they have, you know, kissed another person, or if they've said something, you know, just like with Stitch and Ashley on The Young and the Restless. How long did they, you know, when they were in a burning building, they made out. So, to me, it just seems like this soap is just, it's you can predict what's going to happen next. We're going to find a lot of Liam and Sally rehashing what they said to each other, what they done while they were up under all that rubble. They're going to feel like they're bonded because they've survived something. It's just, yeah. So stay tuned. I'll probably record another episode. I'll probably do another episode as I've done here. It's just something new I want to try. I don't know how far it's going to go. So, yeah, y'all stay tuned for my thoughts on The Bored and the Busted.